So, all set then for the final regular race of the season for the SW Motorsports ClubSport Trophy, Silverstone International Circuit, ready for 45 minutes of pit stop racing. It's 2 Audi TTs on the front row of the grid, lights out any second now. And 45 minutes of ClubSport Trophy racing is underway. It's a pretty rapid start from Philip Mori in the Scirocco from the third and fourth row of the grid. Look at the pack, 44. ClubSport Trophy cars down towards turn 1, and Scott Parker gets the whole shot in towards turn 1. I think that's what they can get through safely. Nice, never mind their piece of cue so far. Two of the MX-5s in the mix. As Chris Fantana, the car that's in there, that was the car that's number 22, competitor unknown. He just scraped into the field. He qualified 26th. He lives up the road from there. Looks like that was Philip Hart on the Civic wide over the run-off tarmac. But it is going to be Andrew Dyer, in fact, that leads the way in his Audi TTCR. Chased down by Perez with the Moria. Oh, that's the 777 Audi TT that's gone around. Now, the question is, did he jump or was he pushed? Oh, and as he rejoins, he tags the Philip Hart, Civic number 37. Off the pit, off the back straight, got away pretty much unscathed. And the Moria hits the front in the Scirocco. Down towards right-hander slow for the first time. Moria leads, Dyer in second place. Then it's the first 4G racing cars picking hot pressure for Scott Parkin. The TTCR race will over again at the front. As the pack comes pouring through, there goes the Sanford and Reuter MX-5 Mark III. We've seen that confidently in the Supersport Endurance Cup this season. It's run by Rob Boston Racing, so you can see the Sanford and Reuter have jumped in. There's the 777 car. Looks that whatever happened to him, I don't think that has caused some trouble. So he did hit late for a quick repair or a quick check over. Moria leads. It's now Audi TT second and third. That's the 4G racing car that's flashing its headlights. That car sitting down on its right-hand side. Is that possibly a puncture or a suspension issue? Maybe. An issue for one of the 4G racing Audi TTs, and now he's trying to keep out of the way of some of the faster hot hatches coming through past him. It's the 73 car of the Maccas. It's Macca and Malloy that's having trouble. Okay, well, that car's struggling as he goes around, but you see it's the busy 44 cars that comes from the grid. So they're trying to turn their way out through. Here's the 777 car, looks like it's possible. Checking the left front, so maybe the down to the left front. I don't want to put two and two together too much, but the right front was going down on the Malloy car. Is there a possibility they've had some kind of tangle with the 777 car and it's down to the front? Or in the TT? Pure speculation, but ultimately that's it sounds like those two together. Down towards so Bell's Toyota MR2 with a bit of bodywork flapping up the inside. There goes 1.9. A Renault Clio of Trevor Marlowe. John Marlowe. More sets the last lap. Whereas Nackers better beaten by a second and a bit by Scott Parkin. Parkin charging after the second place. Charging after the leader in second place here. Then Saxo versus Mini here. We've got the Reynolds Citroen Saxo up against White's Mini 1.6, 4.5, I think it is. Hammer and Stevens car, and also in there too you saw was the number 20 unique livery S2000. Lovely up the S2000, quite smart cars in the mix. So John Hayes back in the guys. That was on the Civics drama. That was Civic. Looks like one class was back in the field, I think, because Vice President of the Civic in the right position. That's the part of the line. It's proud that, yeah, the faster comes through or has had an issue. Quite terribly. Two is one of the selects that keep on tracking into obvious point. Battling away with the Sanford Reuter as that MX-5 Mark III. Splitter. Compacts. Resting down. Turning as well. There's Brown. Chased down Hayden Stevens in there. Cooper. There is the Quantrella Marlowe Renault Clio as they turn out as the hit straight once more. It's just starting to settle down a little bit now. It's 5 minutes. If the window will open after 15 minutes, if it open before 15 minutes, it will close a half hour after the race. So it's a 15-minute window. 2-minute pit stop. Remember, it's sort of like literally less than a second, even kind of a 10th of a second. Still a short pit stop, 30 seconds plus time to your short penalty. So you just 0.2 3, that's the Peugeot 107 off the road. That's one of the City Car Cup cars that's in the mix as well. That's the Payne Underwood Peugeot 107 off the gravel and Stowe. Meanwhile, the leaders are coming up behind. Okay, that's getting stuck behind the Peugeot 206. Victory through. Scott Parkin's on the charge here. We might have a different class soon. So giving a hurry up here. It's going to pretend this car 18 to see how it gets out. Any racing can. Any racing can get it. Gets it a little bit good. Certainly goes potentially will be a champion next year around GTs. So he's getting as much track time as possible to get the work into his early years. Now, the car towards the centre of the shop is the car I want to talk about. That's the Fiat Panda. That's Dean Lomas who's put this car together. I'll tell you about the story about this on Friday, so keep the Panda for a second. The Panda is come from Race Remembrance last year. I think Dean Lomas was working on the many minis of Race Remembrance. Challenge to say, right, if you can make a better race car, then go for it. So he said, right, challenge accepted. And all the cars he picked the Fiat Panda. So he picked the Fiat Panda. He's been engineering throughout the season. He's done a couple of ClubSport Trophy races before, but they're raising money towards the Race Remembrance event. They're racing £37 back into. You then put sponsorship on the side of the car, buy a square to put your name on, and it costs £5. And the ultimate goal is to ultimately it will culminate with this car around in Race Remembrance. Car that's sit on the grid, so it's a time to deal with that's the goal, but you're going to get around the grid. Say, it's not shy about getting in the mix, is it? It's up there with a few of the cars towards the back of Class E. It's having some scraps of MX5, Mazda 2s, there's a BMW in there as well somewhere, and a Clio, and all sorts going on. So, we're getting in the mix. There's a bit of hot band. There's one of the Gary Paddock's Mazda MX5 in there too, Stephen Watson, the Renault Clio. Giving it a really hot go, isn't he? This little Panda's fantastic. Up the inside, John Whitehouse. Magnificent. Go on, D. Go on, guys. Fantastic stuff with the little Fiat Panda. Keep going. Excellent stuff with the Panda. And it carries on. Payne Underwood sadly lets it lose the ground to the race down so forward. One thing it does that is great high speed as the Panda. It's now been passed by Stephen Watson's Clio and John Whitehouse BMW. It's quite nifty in the corners. It's almost kind of city car-esque, that car, isn't it, really? And it turns its way in. 5.9 car. That is the 518 Colin Whitehouse, that is. Lee Reynolds is in. So Lee Reynolds in the Central Saxon is in. It's not the time for pit stops just yet. That will come in about 7.5 minutes' time. Oh, and that was for the road for the boy going up the inside. Trying to get past. That was one of the MX-5s. He's trying to put a lap on. Over the grass he goes. Way too hot into the apex. Now, that's up to debate really, whether or not Philip Perose was being way too hot into the corner, or the man just didn't see it. But either way, Scott Parkin takes the lead in ClubSport Trophy. It looks as though the Scirocco has gone away unscathed with that one. That was a nervy moment that Perose for the boy did not need in this ClubSport Trophy race, particularly if he's going for the victory. The cars to try and recatch and repass Scott Parkin. Position. Stone Streets in there, ST150. Field. What's got the ST240 car? That's what Jansport. Nothing possible in the field. There's the Moria. Looks as though it's okay. Side-to-side contact with the side. Sawyer that bit. Blue car. Sawyer. On. I'll Stephen Watson shortly. He's way past, he's still trying to chase down Scott Parkin. Time to see Parkin got 1.3 catch with that. Time to Parkin, so it looks as though that really that incident kind of the part of the favour gave him a free pass to get through. Since then, he's really had the race pretty much control. Just second place. Reno opening to the pit stop. Third is John Hayes, John Hayes from there. Racing. Curls on the Civic rounds out the top 10. Class leaders, Scott Parker leads Class B in first overall. Gloria leads Class A in second overall. Class C leads Bespoke Tuning Products race 2000. Class D is being led by the Roger Sandwich X5. Pete Smith heads Class E in the Mountain X5. So a little bit of variety of that. Next one, 2 MX5 and S2000. Soy Mazda that was involved in the skirmish. BMW and that too. See here then. And they're getting involved into the round with these race with the Toyota. That's fine. Yeah. There is our front running machines. That is the 33 TTCR. race. Soil showing their pit stop car further down the order than the pit stop in there. They are switching to a second car, except for the equipment driver. My racing squad are helping out. See, there's a front looking down there as well. Car racing here this weekend, so we can see the next helping out. There's some cars. The Christian White machine. So combines a new partnership with BRSCC. They bring a lot to mental health in motorsport. It's quite important, and even helping fix the phone at one point with some of the some work to make him some top condition for Diagnostics Championship final for friendship with him. Come on board. Eternity. Had it it's the second weekend in the first TTCR in August. Again, as well. Nothing out of the victory duties for the Royal Race Cooper. I think what's coming in, Harry Cosman that's coming in the pink place in the S-Team. Also in the pit lane as well has the Stuart Kilroy version to S-Team tonight. 8 and 10 respectively. Smith and Dean on the side. They're also on the Boogans. John Boogans third or fourth place overall. It's not for class position because John Hayes BMW in class A and Boots in class B. That's Stuart Kilroy's Peugeot with smoking brakes, and it's been pushing hard back to the season so far in the races so far. Quick check on the pit wall. Somebody else in the pit lane to do so. Chase down parking. And he is 28 on Stone Street out of their car. So it's a Stone Street crew get to work as they change drivers. What's going on here? This is the 73 Golf of Parsons battling for their partners. This is for track position and for class position. This is for 4th and 5th in Class B, for 6th and 7th overall. So it's VW Gold versus Pacific Type R EP3. The splitter of that Gold is working just a little bit harder. Liam Browning and Stephanie Saw, most of MX5 has just pitted. I think they've better change from Liam to Stephanie, or vice versa. And towards Bell they go. Kilroy also finishing his pit stops. He's back out again. His mandatory visit. The Royford Sanford MX5 is in its current 8th position. Also sitting in 2 is Cameron Bell. Two body work earlier on, so you can secure that rear bumper a bit better. So you just take it off to prevent it getting worse and getting an orange flag for mechanical standards. That we've got 5.8 Colin Whitehouse. We've got another one of the Civic, the Mini Renault Clios. I'll get the right car eventually. It's Jared Coulson's number 14 car. Here's for the Moria, who was 4 tenths quicker than Scott Parker on the last lap. Then again, the last lap that Scott Parker just completed is a 1:16.554, so that's really changed quite substantially. The Moria does a 1:18.5, which is slower than that time by. So he's actually lost 2 seconds in that lap alone. Moria pushing on, he will at least be aiming for a class win if he can manage it. There is the number 24, that's the Savages, Paul and Brandon Savage. Another of the Audi TT Cup racing cars. That's mix 2. Adcox, who have been competing mostly this year in the Supersport Endurance Cup in Class Club and C. battling mainly with David Drinkwater and Adam Reed, and also Pete Smith and Matt Mazda MX-5, so a bit of rivalry there. Looks like the Reynolds is the Citroen Saxo is back out on track, coming back in again after trying to fix whatever the problem was. So I guess it's still manifesting itself, unfortunately. Come towards, just going past half the distance, Jared Coulson pitting in the Renault Clio. 2-minute pit stop. Hayes carries on. The top 6 just yet have pitted thus far. Moving it towards the end. Highest placed cars that have made pit stops currently at the moment are we're in the pits right now, is the Mike Parsons VW Golf, the Smithy Ribbon Hartshorn on the S2000, and the Quantrell and Marlowe on the Civic Renault Clio 2. Down towards here, it's got Parkin in the lead of the race. Push on. Now the gap is out by another 2 seconds last time by. 1:16.5 last time compared to a 1:18.5. What? These Audi TTCR cars have got some poke, haven't they? They've got some handle them too. Compacts in Ritz, bringing the pits to Ritz mandatory stop. Watson and Harrison in, that's the number 107 Renault Clio. There is the Derek Coulson car, like a bit of a tag in the door, isn't it, really? They've lifted it up and they're going to go to work on some tyre pressure by the looks of it. They're changing the tyre actually, in fact. Changing, he's pointing to the right front saying, is it good, is it bad, or should I signal to the pits? It's a bit of a pit crew to the change we need to make. There's the S2000 in the background, it's also making its mandatory stop. Pit stop's being completed, that's Chris Stone with the Sanford and Reuter car. Also the pit, and I can see that is the Jonathan Hayes BMW, and Andrew Dyer was following him in as well by the looks of it, so that's 3rd and 4th. Yeah, so Jonathan Hayes and Andrew Dyer, pit lane from 3rd and 4th, they're the highest placed pit crews at the moment. Hayes, definitely not confusing, so there's 2 Hayes on the screen, both with BMWs. There's 26, which is Jonathan Hayes, and you have 93, which is Charlie Hayes, and that is the other BMW Compact 36 is running in 7th place at the moment. Both of those cars are in pit lane right now, making their mandatory stops. Still 10.5 minutes, no, still 5.5 minutes to go with the pit stop window, so we're going to get an influx of some of the front runners coming in quite late. We've still got top 2 to make their stops. There is the red Compact, that is going to be, I think that's 93, is it? Yes, it is. It's the Charlie Hayes car, and there's Jonathan Hayes, so that's father and son. So Jonathan Hayes is ready the pit stop, whilst Charlie Hayes fans himself and gets ready to re-enter the race. Meanwhile, there is the 4G racing cars at its business. That is the, can't tell if it's the 173 or the 33. It might be the 173 I just saw there. But no, because the 173 is out of the race, isn't it? No, it is back out on track. I thought it was out of the race in the pit lane, but 173 several laps down, but it is back out on track. Wilson's going back out also, just putting a lap on the White House's BMW Compact. And there, also putting a lap on both of them, is Scott Parkin in the TT. So now down the hill towards Vale and Club once again. Time ticks down as we get towards the end of that mandatory pit stop window. Scott Parkin has not this race currently firmly under control. It's a 12-second gap as the pit lane becomes a slight more hive of activity. Cars on the pit straight too, including Scott Parkin's leading car. Jonathan Hayes is exiting the pits, so too is Chris Hayes, so that's pit stops for both the Hayes family. There's the Christian White Mini, which has successfully completed its ClubSport pit stop. There's Chris Stone ahead of the Sanford and Reuter MX-5. This is actually positioned to 15th and 16th overall. And this is not for class because the MX-5 is in Class D, and leading Class D is Chris Stone's on, but he's number 3rd in Class C at this point. It's around position-wise, so it means that the Royce Sample car is now 16th, Stone's up to 15th now. Change of position. Not too far behind, just in the background there is the car in 17th, and that is the Savages, Paul and Brandon, in their Audi TT Cup racing car. There's Ferro's Billamorius. He's made his mandatory pit stop, and he's out of pit lane. So stop complete for him. Now we're just waiting on Scott Parkin to time his to perfection. He's still got 2 minutes 50 seconds to make it happen. Oh, that was the Stone Streets that was sideways there at the complex in the arena. What's happened to the Stone Streets? Weird scenario there. Either just cold tyres or possibly just getting tagged around. Either way, exactly how they were hoping for this race to turn out. At least not in that fashion, but away they go. Not seeing any obvious damage on that car, so though it's well away with it. Looks like it's more of a self-inflicted spin rather than being helped around. Story now on Stone, who is being helped to create a bit of a gap now between himself and Sample Warrior car. I thought he was making a pit lane, but he's not. He's instead made a pit stop, so he doesn't need to. One of the only cars left to pit, or the only cars left to pit literally, is the Scott Parkin Audi TT. Because this man, Ferro's Billamori, has made it a stop. So he doesn't need to go back in again, as there was a problem. Billamori's gap is still currently a lap at the moment, but I'm still waiting for Scott Parkin to make that pit stop. In the pit lane has come Pete Smith. He's risen as high as 4th in the order. That's not going to last really, because ultimately we've still got more. One, we've got still more. He's picked one of the last cars to pit, and 2, he has only just pitted himself. So it means that he's left it quite late, and so he would have naturally come up the order ahead of those that have already pitted anyway. That's the 17. That's the 773 car of Payne. 273 car of Payne and Underwood. As the race leader, Scott Parkin does make it in for his mandatory stop. And the rule is also as well is that you can, so long as you pit before the pit window closes, you can take your pit stop any time, as long as you're in the pit lane before it closes. Now, the camera's just looking at the front right of Scott Parkin's car, unless that's just pressures they're putting down to try and re-keep them back up again. That's interesting. Now, are they doing a tyre change? They're doing something. They're tweaking the wheel nuts, but I think that they were looking at the front right because it looks as though it's a little bit flat, or it lost a bit of pressure. Either way, Scott Parkin is making his mandatory stop, and he will be pushed backwards and back into pit lane very shortly. There goes Billamorius. So Billamorius will effectively get his lap back at least. Now the next task is how far ahead Billamorius will find Scott Parkin as he runs wide. Why is Billamorius running wide up at Abbey Corner and Farm? What's going on there? Don't tell me that's a problem for Billamorius. Right as we see him on camera. Oh no! For most Billamorius slowing as he comes up towards the arena section. All his hard work is coming to nothing, sadly. When his luck is good, it's very good. When his luck is bad, it's horrible. He had an awful run of luck in a couple of races in the middle of the season, particularly when he got caught up in an incident at Donington Park that was absolutely not his fault. And so, sadly, Ferro's Billamorius' challenge for Club Sport victory comes to nothing because his car pulls off the road and, unfortunately, will not see the checkered flag. Now, the pit window has closed now, so anyone that hasn't made a mandatory stop will be penalised. And so, as Parkin makes his way out of pit lane, he continues in the lead now. So it means that Patrick and John Booth will inherit second place overall, and in class. Well, they'll still be second in Class B anyway, but they'll take second overall in the standings. So Jonathan Hayes up to third. It'll be Andrew Dyer up to fourth. Philip Hart in P5 in the Honda Civic. Mike Parsons 6th, Quantrell and Marlowe 7th, Hayes 8th, Kilroy 9th, and Cosmin rounding out the top 10. See Andrew Dyer make his way out through Vale and easily past the Stone Streets. I had that spin earlier on. Lockups there, that was the Peugeot 206 getting in the way there. You see Jared Coulson and Cameron Bell negotiate it. Again, further back, there's Pete Smith, the MX-5, and there's your race leader, Scott Parkin, out after his pit stop. Now with Billamorius' demise, sadly, means that he's may well run unchallenged all the way to the checkered flag. That's what we can see. 13 minutes and a bit to go in this ClubSport Trophy race. And Scott Parkin has got this race under lock and key at the moment. It's an Audi 1-2 at the moment because we've got Parkin and the Booths in first and second place. There are the Booths. Good job. He was going quite deep into the corner there for a second, but no, he's carried on as normal. And they two are chasing on track at least. They're chasing the Savages. Wiggle there. And there's the other team car, which has been in the pits for a while. That's the Car and Malloy machine. John Hayes, BMW, third in overall. Now on course to win Class A. Again, looking at class leaders. It is going to be in a moment Class B victory for. I know actually could be a victory for both of the Hayes, in fact, because it's going to be at the moment Scott Parkin winning Class B. Jonathan Hayes will win Class A. It'll be Charlie Hayes who now leads Class C after the pit stops. Class D is still led by the Warrington Sanford and X5. And then Class E, check it, Class E is led by still Pete Smith. So Pete Smith still leads the way in Class E in that one. 3 Audi TTs together. It is like an Audi TT Cup racing race, isn't it? It's both of the 4G racing cars. One might be several laps down, but it's still running in team formation. With the Savages also in there too as well. Company. That's the Quantrell and Marlowe car that is pitted again, so issues with the Quantrell and Marlowe car. Work our way past 69, which is the Cabin Taylor Renault Clio. 3 TTs together, it seems. Look at that. Back straight down the pit straight towards Abbey once more. 11 1/4 minutes to go. Running a little bit wide as well. Tunbridge and Sawyer MX-5, they got tangled up with Villamoria and Scirocco still running. Relatively old song. I think that Car and Malloy have actually unlapped themselves and their teammates. So that car will probably try and get at least a lap back. Something else. Go now in this ClubSport Trophy race. Everything's just about settled down now. Oh, that's, I say that, and unfortunately they're coming together. It's the Stone Streets in their ST150. Jared Coulson in the Renault Clio. So sadly, 2 cars have come together. This is at the Loop, Exeter Village by the looks of it. At the very least, this will be a safety car because that'll try and recover those 2 cars from the middle of the road. So, Stone Street getting out of his car. Difficult to tell if he has or not. So that's going to be at the very least double weight yellows, but how that's going to play out in terms of a safety car, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. If it's a safety car at all. Even throw a red flag. I mean, it's a tricky circumstance if it did, given that there was a bit of curfew to try and stick to. Silverstone. There's Smitherham and Honda S2000. Running quite well, 4th in Class C, 15th overall. Good effort from the S2000. Good to see one in the series too as well. I don't often see them racing too much these days, but nice to have one out. That's relatively stock. Got 1 or 2 key information. That is, can't tell if it's Jared Coulson or one of the Stone Streets walking away, but those cars. Okay, right. Well, they're quite far off the racing line anyway. They're off on the runoff tarmac, quite deep into it anyway. So that's saving grace. They're probably going to be covering that with double wave yellows, whilst those cars being recovered and dragged to safety within the last 8 minutes. So I should keep an eye on the time and what they decide to do. Confirmation of race control, the pit window is definitely closed. It's usually right in the last few minutes when they start to think about if anyone's actually been short on pit stops. They start to apply time penalties. So I wonder if there's going to be any sort of penalties that will come in towards the last few minutes for anyone that has transgressed. Pit stop that was pit stop infringement, or something had it to be too short rather than. There's no such thing as a too long pit stop in terms of you've got to be penalised for a too long pit stop, too short, of course, you can be. Two of the MX-5s on track here battling amongst each other. That's the 66 on track. 66 is Liam Browning. No, that's Liam Browning and Stephanie Saw in their Mazda MX-5. I don't know if it's exactly the same specification as Pete Smith. They are, for the record, showing as being in 35th position, 9th in Class B, and 9 laps down off the lead, 3 laps behind the nearest car, which is the number 919, which is the Thomas Kirkland. It is Kirkland, isn't it? Yeah, Thomas Kirkland Peugeot 206 GTI. Stuart Kilroy, the 207 GTI, battling with the Adcock. Is that the 173 car slowing? I wonder. It was slowing because it has a problem. It's slowing because it's in the, I would imagine, the yellow flag zone, given that it's in the area where we had the incident between Coulson and Stone Street's Fiesta. Cosmin. 32, the Fiesta ST240 race car. Good to see all those out in the ClubSport race. We had a few out in the Modified Ford Series race a couple of races ago. Some people with a bit more diversity than just the time championship. Hayes and his BMW. And there is the car on Malloy Audi TT, which was going slowly up in the arena section. Trouble. Minutes 40 to go. Scott Parkin leads the way overall. It's second place for John Hayes. Third for Andrew Dyer in the Audi. Fourth for the Honda Civic of Philip Hart. The booths are in pit lane, so trouble for the 33 car, so that's in pit lane as well. So both of the 4G racing cars are in for what could be potential issues. 6th for Mike Parsons in the Golf, 7th for Chris Hayes in the Honda Civic, 8th for Stuart Kilroy in the Peugeot 207. It is 9th for Larry Cosmin and 10th for Chris Stone. Yeah, both of the ITTs. The only other thing I could guess to be is that potentially those two cars might be helping out with a little bit of tyre testing going on, maybe. I wonder. I'm not too fussed about the result, it's more than just checking over the tyres and make sure that they work and do what they should do. But that brings genuinely some reliability issues for that car. There is White House, here's number 518 BMW. Big skirmish cars here. You've got Watson, you've got Chris White in there, you've got Thomas Sawyer Mazda, Gary Paddock's in there as well. Around the outside looks Christian White to try and take the track position. This is, I think, battling just outside the top 20. So it's back and forth here at this point. So close battles on track. The closest really appears to be, according to the field, it appears to be at the moment really. Well, I think it's been a recent change in position, I think, but Larry Cosman and Chris Stone, 9th and 10th at the moment, only separated by about 4 tenths. But the last lap time by for Cosmin was in fact 20 point. That was quite close, 20.8 compared to a 21.0 for Stone. So those two cars, yeah, there is a class gap. Given that Cosmin is Class A, and Stone is Class C in the Honda. Spot. than 3.5 minutes left in this SW Motorsport ClubSport Trophy race. Pit stops are complete, pit window is long closed. As the race comes into its final 3 minutes, on track laps to be had. Sawyer MX5, we've got Caven Taylor in his Renault Clio, Barry Cully in the Seat, having a look up the inside too, Gary Paddock's in there as well in the Misty Racing Mazda MX5 Mark 1. There are the two 4G Racing Audis. The booth car appears to be heading back out there. So there is possibly testing something, I'm not sure. As for Carl Lloyd, they're also going back out by the looks of it, rather tentatively. So let's wait for checkered flag to fly in the last couple of minutes. Slow from Scott Parker's got this race under control. He's ahead by 45 seconds. Jonathan Hayes back in second place. It'll be class wins, of course. First and second respectively for Scott Parker and John Hayes. To bail for the second this time, because across the line there'll be 1 minute 40 to go, 1.5 minutes left, so this lap and then 4.5 to complete it. TT racing cars, they can go down everywhere these days. Good to see that they are being used a little more diversity just within the dedicated TT Cup Racing Series. So, Scott Parkin moves his way up to the second to last lap of this ClubSport Trophy race and looks on course to pick up the Class B victory and outright honours on top of that as well. Go now. 32 laps in the international circuit, that'll be 33. Turns his way towards Stoke Hall at the second to last time. Looks as though he's firmly in command. Yeah, look at the gap, it's less than 45 seconds now because Jonathan Hayes has pulled a little bit back, but I suspect that he's just hanging back more than he needs to. He's not pushing too hard, he just wants to get this job done, pick up the victory and celebrate. So now through the couple of corners to start the last lap of this ClubSport Trophy race. It's as though the last minutes are just about set soon. There's a big small incident between Jared Coulson and the Stone Streets up at the arena sector. It's been a drama-free ClubSport Trophy race. We had the dropout from Rose Billamori with a mechanical issue. He could have been in contention for the win. As it stands, will need to hand more of that silverware to his collection. Scott Parkin. Hayes in second place in that BMW. There was Scott Parker for a second. We see John Hayes and Co. Way out the final couple of corners to start their last laps of the regular ClubSport Trophy season. This is, of course, the Race for Remembrance ClubSport race coming up in November at Anglesey. But for this man here, Scott Parkin, he's got in front, has literally had this race completely under control, even through the pit stops. Will be another win for the ClubSport Trophy for the number 6 Audi. Up to the checkered flag comes Scott Parkin with the overall and Class B victory. The SW Motorsport ClubSport Trophy in Silverstone International, the final race of their regular season. So, Scott Parkin and Co will pull in with their class leaders at the top of the pit lane. Here's the result from our SW Motorsports ClubSport Trophy race. It is victory for Scott Parkin and Class B victory, Class A win and second overall for Jonathan Hayes. Andrew Dyer's Audi, Philip Hart's Honda and Mike Parsons' Golf round out the top 5.
Well, Scott, we have our overall winner and winner of Class B, Scott Parkin in the Audi TT Cup car. Scott, how was that race for you?
Pretty straightforward after the first lap, really. There were a bit of chaos. I think a couple of comings together that took out my main rivals. And then I was chasing the Scirocco and then I saw that he pulled off as well, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. Looks like some sort of mechanical, so bit of a shame really, because I think it would have been good to have a good battle with those guys. So then I was just racing the stopwatch, you know, looking at the timer and just trying to beat that lap.
You're almost using it as a good time to develop the car for the TT Cup, right?
I'd say so, but then because we're using different tyres, we seem to be going backwards with the setup. Every time we get a good setup for this, put the other tyres on and it's not so good. So yeah, I don't think you'll be talking to me as much next weekend if you're there. So
maybe we can only but try. But congratulations on a fantastic overall win and our Class B winner. Let's talk.